Donald Trump will be looking to unite the party behind him as the Republican National Convention gets underway in Cleveland. The presumptive presidential nominee is still proving to be a divisive figure, but party veteran Newt Gingrich has said last-ditch efforts to dump Trump are silly and should stop. The convention, though, is braced for protests. Well, for more on this, we can speak now to Reifowitz, the author of Obama's America and a professor of historical studies at State University of New York. Mr. Reifowitz, thank you very much indeed for joining us this evening. Now, not so many months ago, it would have seemed inconceivable that we'd be in this position, Donald Trump running unopposed to be the Republican nomination. But it does look like it's really going to happen. Can anything stop him?
No, not at this point. He is going to be the nominee. There are a majority of delegates are bound to cast their vote for him on the first ballot. But you used a word, inconceivable, and I think that's exactly the right word. A year ago, I certainly wouldn't have thought that Donald Trump would have been the nominee, and I can't imagine too many people who put their names behind a prediction that he would have been. Anybody who did would have to have really been able to see the future.
Is Donald Trump capable of uniting the party? I suppose that's really the only question to be answered during this convention.
Yeah, that's the question, and I think the answer is no. And I'll give you three reasons why we've already seen that he can't. First of all, you have a number of Republican senators running for re-election in states that President Obama won 4 years ago. Almost all of them have come up with various excuses for why they will not be at the Republican convention in Cleveland, including Rob Portman, who is the home state senator of Ohio, where the convention is taking place. A number of other leading Republican senators and other figures are staying away. All of the previous living Republican presidents are staying away. So that's one piece of evidence that he's not unifying the party. The second one, you've got the fact that even today, on the first day of the convention, his campaign couldn't resist picking a fight with one of his leading rivals. John Kasich, who did finish third and is the governor of Ohio, finished third in the Republican race for the presidency. Mr. Trump's campaign manager, Paul Manafort, essentially picked a fight with Governor Kasich today, which is an absurd thing to do if you're trying to unify the party. The third piece of evidence I'd point to is look at the list of speakers that he has at this convention. There are a handful of high-level people, but most of the party's young stars, rising stars, are not going to be speaking. And just to give you one example, in addition to Trump's children and a number of other Trump associates, he apparently ran into Scott Baio, an actor who was popular as a teenager in the 1970s and 80s. Mr. Trump ran into him apparently over the weekend and on the spur of the moment asked him to speak at the convention. So lo and behold, Scott Baio is speaking at the Republican National Convention tonight. Is he a unifying figure? Well, the fact that he just tweeted out apparently an insult for a female body part in reference to Hillary Clinton suggests that Mr. Trump either isn't interested in unifying the party, isn't interested in doing the due diligence to get speakers on his rostrum who can unify the party, or really just doesn't have a clue how to do it in the first place.
Amazing scenes on the political front in the United States. Reifowitz, thank you very much indeed for your thoughts.